She grew up so poor her grandmother sewed dresses out of potato sacks. Today, she's worth $3 billion and has made more people cry on television than every funeral home in America combined. But here's what nobody talks about. Oprah didn't just build a media empire. She reverse engineered the human brain, found the exact frequency at which people surrender their wallets, and tuned her entire existence to broadcast at that frequency for 40 years straight. This isn't a feel-good story. This is psychological manipulation so elegant, her victims thank her for it. Here's what most people miss about human psychology. We are wired to trust people who bleed in front of us. It's ancient, tribal. When someone shows you their wound, your brain decides they're not a predator. So when Oprah went on national TV and cried about childhood abuse and dragged a wagon of fat onto the stage, America didn't see a media personality. They saw a best friend. And that was the unlock. Every other talk show host was playing the same game: polish, performance, professional distance. Oprah threw the rulebook in a bonfire and replaced it with one strategy: radical emotional exposure. While her competitors were busy looking trustworthy, Oprah was busy being trusted. Different thing entirely. Once you have someone's trust, you have something far more valuable than their attention. You have their identity. Her audience didn't just watch her, they became her. They adopted her taste, her books, her spiritual framework. When Oprah said she loved something, it wasn't an endorsement, it was permission. Psychologists call this parasocial relationships. Your brain literally cannot tell the difference between a real friendship and watching someone on television every single day for 20 years. So when Oprah recommends something, your brain processes it like your best friend leaning across a coffee table saying, "Trust me, this changed my life." That's not marketing, that's neurological hijacking. The Oprah effect is real and terrifying. A beef farmers trade group sued her in 1998 after she said she was scared off hamburgers. The cattle market crashed so fast they called it the Oprah crash. One comment, one episode, commodity prices moved. That's not influence, that's a financial instrument with a hairdo. But here's the twist nobody talks about. Oprah's greatest product was never a book, a TV show, or even her magazine, which by the way had her face on every single cover for 24 years straight. No. Her greatest product was the idea that you could become Oprah. Not rich, not famous, but transformed, healed. She didn't sell stuff, she sold a story. I was broken, and now I'm whole. You are broken, and you can become whole. And here are the products that will help you get there. Every cult in history has used this framework. The specific genius of Oprah is that she did it on ABC, in broad daylight, and everyone called it daytime television. Then she did something even more ruthless. She started making other people into Oprah. Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil, Rachel Ray. She took unknowns and turned them into billion-dollar brands. But every person she elevated reinforced her position at the top. She was always the source, the one who decides who becomes a guru. That's not generosity, that's empire building disguised as generosity, which is somehow more impressive. She also cracked something about guilt that most marketers never figure out. She spiritualized commerce. Buying things became self-love. Spending money on yourself became almost virtuous. That's how you move product at scale without ever feeling like a salesperson. And the famous "you get a car" moment? That wasn't generosity. That was engineering a collective emotional experience so intense people talked about it for years. For free. Marketing budget of zero. Cultural penetration that money cannot buy. Final layer, the darkest one. In America, the most powerful currency isn't money, it's moral authority. And Oprah accumulated more of it than any private citizen in modern history. Researchers estimated her Obama endorsement was worth 1 million votes. One person, 1 million votes. She didn't build a media company, she built a trust infrastructure. And trust infrastructure is a license to print money in any category, forever. The lesson isn't that Oprah is evil. The lesson is that the line between authentic connection and psychological leverage is thinner than you think. The people who build empires aren't always the most talented or the hardest working. Sometimes they're just the ones who found the frequency at which humans surrender and refused to stop broadcasting. Now you know how the machine works. You can be the audience, or you can be the signal.